It is hard to believe it's been 15 years since the Prince of Camelot's untimely death, but now master biographer Chris Anderson is back with a new book about John F. Kennedy Jr., and he is joining us to talk about it. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Absolutely. So this book is riveting. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, I think it would fascinate people to learn that John F. Kennedy Jr. would be turning 54 next month. You know, when he died just 2 years after Diana perished, I think everybody remembers where they were when they heard the news that his plane crashed off of Martha's Vineyard. It was one of those moments that stunned the nation, and I think the reason it hit Americans so hard is because, you know, John was perhaps the only person I can think of who lived his entire life in the public's eye. We thought of him as a member of our family. We thought of him as America's son, in a sense. I tell people, younger people who might not be that familiar with the role John F. Kennedy Jr. played in the national story, that he was, for all intents and purposes, our Prince William. So I thought it was time to really tell the story about John and his bond with his mother, Jackie. It was very strong, you know, for all intents and purposes. John was more of a Bouvier than a Kennedy. He was completely his mother's son.
You know, that is such a good point. What do you think is the one thing you think readers will be surprised to learn about the Kennedys from your book?
Well, there's so much in the book about the relationship between John Jr. and Jackie. I guess the fact that John came to his mother's rescue in the very beginning. You know, a lot of people don't realize that after the assassination of JFK, behind the scenes, Jackie crumbled. She had a drinking problem. She was using prescription drugs. She told a good friend of hers that she had enough sleeping pills to kill herself, and if it weren't for the children, she'd do it. And little John, 3, 4 at the time, you know, was witness to all this. And I think he became very protective of his mother. At the age of 6, there's a fascinating story in the book where at the age of 6, on the 3rd anniversary of JFK's assassination, Jackie goes to pick him up at school in Midtown, in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, St. David's School, and all the other kids are taunting John. They're yelling, "Your father's dead, your father's dead." And little John takes his mother's hand and leads her away. And she said at that moment she realized he was thinking more of her than she was. She was worried about him, but he was more worried about her.
Wow, this really is such a fascinating yet tragic story. Thanks so much for being here. Of course, we'll have more info on our website all about the book. Thanks again, Chris.